after last year, the 3-7 record in the Big West. Looking to the right side, and a nice kill in the opposite position. The sophomore, Aiden White Mountain, also will play as an outside hitter throughout the course of the season, and he will now go back to serve in the IVA tournament. Ended up falling in the final to Lincoln Memorial. It was a very solid last year, and an ace serve for Aiden White Mountain. And a very strong section of Saints supporters behind the bench that you see in your strong group of fans showing support for the Saints this evening. So we're tied at 2. That's going to put Owen Doffner back to serve. Constable, their starting setter the past couple seasons. And this is going to be a point for Maryville. Lead. Back now to serve Tristan Benbow, sophomore from Illinois. On the give and go, and that ball slashed off hands. And João Avila, the sophomore from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. He's already got 2 kills for the Matador. Offense last year revolved around Donovan Constable. Recycling the point. Nice stab by Zach Clark. And finding the open court, Shane Nem. Some really good scrappy play. 4-1 CSUN lead. Very nice control touch from Jalen Phillips. And that sets up the middle for the Matadors. 11 overall record. João Avila now in his sophomore year. Spent last year with the Matadors as well. And that's just scraped at the edge of the block. No. It looks like it missed. As an attack error on the graduate outside. Plan is the opposite today. No replay available for the first day of this tournament. An unforced error for the Saints. As Maryville was looking for AJ. A couple points later in the CSUN Matadors on a 4-0 run and opening up a 4-point edge. Maryville ahead in the point, but not before the stuff block. Shane Nem and Jalen Phillips. First stuff of the evening. A 6-0 run. They lead 8-3 over the Saints in the first.
The Cottage Health app is now
scoring run, courtesy of one of their outside hitters, João Avila. Sophomore from, but it was deemed a CSUN point. But a good timeout by Mike Haston in his 5th year, and the side out ensuing on the service error. And here is Rookhausen, now in his 4th year with the Saints, Las Vegas native. First look for Hank Kaufman for the Matadors. And there's Makai Scott. His first kill of the night, 4th target. School located in St. Louis, Missouri, found in 1872. That's just feathered, and a point for the Matadors. Well done by Shane Nem, 6'4" middle blocker out of Union City, California. In the early goings, CSUN have been very efficient. It's high in 4th spot in the Big West preseason poll. And a smart play by Jake Usher. And the redshirt sophomore getting his shot as the and Jalen Phillips last year was an All-American first team. Now the redshirt junior in his 4th year, 6'5", opposite. And you saw him in pregame, how impressive when he connects with that volleyball. The connection is there with his setter. It is impressive. 10-7. Oak Park, Illinois native. Out of system set. And a free chance now for the Saints. And Usher on 1 takes care of business. Point first set. And Kaufman just played 28 sets last year. Gets the start today for Theo Edwards and the CSUN Matadors. Nice cover by Braden Poole Harris as that ball is stuck in the rafters. It is teetering on the edge of one of the giant air conditioning pipes. Quite some time. So we'll have the redo of the point as that ball is, can't quite see it from that shot, but back to serve now is João Favarim. Sophomore also hails from Brazil. In terms of international, Vasilian Delibosov not dressing, sustained an injury in the preseason. Nice dig out of the backcourt by Scott. And dunked down by Owen Doffner using that 6'7" setter frame to his advantage. The quick set as Benbow couldn't put it down. The Saints ahead in the point. Nice cover by Favarim, and Phillips unloads, dug by Scott, and it will be a kill for Jalen Phillips, the high-flying opposite. And a nice back row combination by Scott, who Mike Hastings says is the heart and soul of this team in White Mountain. Both teams now with 4 service errors, 1 ace for the. No errors now for the Matadors. The Saints hitting 133. Incredible play by Ruckenhausen to keep that play up. Put away. Shane Nem, senior in his second year, 2 years at Long Beach City College. Things for the number 11 Matadors. Working on the right side, Jaden Ruckenhausen has been on good form, undersized opposite, but his head coach, serve from Tristan Benbow. And that's going to be a net violation on the Saints. Not a well-hit ball out of the backcourt for the net. 6-point lead for the Matadors. And Joao Avila, who just had that serve, had that big scoring run earlier in the set. And that's a good sign for the Saints to get number 5 off the line. To the outside, Hank Kaufman, redshirt sophomore. Kaufman picks up kill number 2. A 5-set loss to UC Irvine. We'll have more on that in just a moment. As Scott goes off speed and somehow kept up by CSUN. Ruckenhausen off the right side, picks up the kill. But for the Matadors and into the preseason trainings, they knew that they can hang with one of the best teams in the country, in the Matadors, now in their 50th season of Matador volleyball. That loss in the Big West Championship given a lot of motivation this season. This ball missed out of bounds and an unforced error by Joao Favarim. He pleads. Right when the Saints have gotten a little bit momentum and get a big side out or a big kill, some of the service errors coming at not the best time for Maryville. And a fantastic play by Usher to set up back row combination after a wicked serve by Phillips. The bump set from Usher and the crank out of the middle back by Makai Scott. Tran, the freshman, getting his first taste of college volleyball this evening. And a back row attack. Did not clear the 10-foot line, and the Saints pulling. Rubatu back in, along with Zach Clark. Working on Clark. Nice pass. And the transition play sniffed out, stuff block by the Saints. Bengbo, who are perfect for the majority of this first set. They're still hitting .474. A net on the Matadors point. Maryville. Very native. Very coachable kid, says his head coach Mike Haston. That ball is down and in. Tristan Bembo cleaning up the scraps. And Bembo has within 2 here in the first. Missing on the right side, Jaden Rookhausen was looking to tool off hands unsuccessfully. Mackay Scott, not before a net violation, as that ball was dug by Braden Poole Harris. Here's Tristan Bembo. Working on Poole Harris. And a nice control touch by the Saints. And that's off hands and a kill for Mackay Scott. 1 point for big time swing from number 5. And a timeout on the full year as a program. 2022 was their first year, and their head coach Mike Haston, you see in the black shirt right in front of his. Back to serve, and a good timeout by the Matadors. They regain a 2-point edge. The offensive number. Good first pass. Sets up the middle with Rubatu. And getting out of that rotation and getting Avila off the line is big. He was the one who had that big 6-1 run early. And Jalen Phillips takes care of business. Set point coming for the Matadors. Shane Nem. Tight pass. Joust off the block and the point for the Saints. For the Matadors. Look for Phillips. And a lash to take the first set. And Jalen Phillips, 5 for Sun. At 4:58 in that opening set, the Saints hit 379. A lot of resolve from Maryville this evening, how they'll fare against in this second set. The Matadors, the number 11 ranked team in the country in the ABCA preseason poll. All 3 of the opponents this weekend for the Saints will be ranked nationally. They'll play UC Santa Barbara tomorrow, the tournament hosts, and then UC. Avila starts off the second frame with a service error. The first point to Maryville. We've already touched on it, but for Jake Usher, getting his shot this season as the starting setter for the Saints last 2 years, and he has been phenomenal so far here tonight. He handles the first contact on an Adams system look. And rolled to perfection by Aiden White Mountain. And to put numbers to Jake Usher, he's 3 for 3 in terms of offense. He's got 11 assists and also a block. White Mountain peppers it off hands, and a perfect 3-0 start for Maryville to start the second. Supposed to be a part of that conference. Past 4 years since their inaugural season in 22, been playing as an independent. And now the first point of the second set for the Matadors, Hank Kaufman gets on the board in this frame. Free chance now for the Matadors. Nice stab by Clark, and it will fall right in front of Joao Favarim. And how about that? Favarim, an unforced error out of the middle. And a dream start to the second set for Maryville. All Saints to start the second. That ball is down. 6-1 lead for the Saints. 3-0 run for the Maryville Saints, and they're on top 6-1 in the second.
As an official sponsor of the NFL, Jersey Mike's wants
one to the Maryville Saints. Season ended last year against Lincoln Memorial. But right now the Saints on a 3-0 run courtesy of Aiden White Mountain. He's got an ace. Put him in stasis. And a 4-0 run for Maryville. And the stuff block on Jalen Phillips. Huge wall. Leading 8-1. The Matadors can't buy their way out of this rotation. Given a gift, a net violation on the Saints. Makai Scott, the guilty, has played with the U23 USA national team this past summer. Back to serve. Dug by Phillips, scrappy play, well done by CSUN. That ball is put away by Rookhausen, guy that did not play last year. Tristan Bembo back to serve. We'll have to wait for the floor to get wiped down right underneath the net. In this current set, the Matadors hitting negative 120 on 9 swings for the boys in white. Nice cover by Phillips. Dug by White Mountain. Out of system set now. And still be able to be played until the point, and the play will be whistled dead. And the point for the Matadors. Remains with Kaufman. To the outside. And this will be a point for CSUN. First swing. Going line, no touch. It's a 9-4 lead for the Saints. CSUN chipping away and right back to Scott. And that ball will be played over, well done by the Matadors. Not before, crushed deep by Rookhausen. Attacker on the floor so far this evening. Stabbed by Scott on the roll shot. And now the Matadors ahead in the point. Looking to cash in. Scott did not find a touch. Ricochets out. 5-point lead in the second. Phillips will do just that. Able to feather it over the block. Phillips now with 6 kills. Tight pass. And that will be wiped away by Jake Usher. And Usher not only setting up his offense, but he has now got 5 kills. It's his first time getting the nod as the starting setter. And the reload. It was a net anyway. It'll go down as a kill for Joao Avila. That ball, Jay Robitu. But either way, point for CSUN. White Mountain went high hands, no touch. Point Matadors. Into this second set. CSUN at this point in this set hitting 111. They induced the overpass and cleaned up by Shane Nem. 11-9 in the second.
The Cottage Health app is now available. Schedule a